Hi, welcome back to Library Sherry, and today we are finally getting to the last bit of the ASCP MLS exam urinalysis review. And today we're going to talk about the urine crystals. So same like before, we're going to start with the non-pathological ones, and just still, keep in mind, if you are seeing things non-pathological in your exam, that doesn't mean later on when you get into the work they are always non-pathological. Things can be complicated. A real patient is not your textbook writing words. They could have other situations, and whatever you see under the scope that is supposed to be non-pathological in your exam could be still indicating some issues in the real life. Okay, we're finally getting started. Non-pathological ones. Acidic ones, you got two: calcium oxalate and uric acid, and that's it. And the alkaline ones, well, you get a lot: triple phos, ammonium butyrate, calcium phosphate, amorphous, and calcium carbonate. The amorphous is the one the test will asking you if they will dissolve once you warm the urine up. And the answer is yes. That's also what you do in the real life too. If you get a urine that was storage or shipped from a different lab, you usually have to either let them sitting on the counter and getting back to the room temperature, or later on, if you still see the white precipitate inside the urine, you would put the urine in the water bath and just to see if they dissolve. And if they do, they are amorphous. And the other one is the ammonium butyrate. These are the ones in the wording descriptions. They have a very specific wording of saying it's called thorn apple. And that's also coming from an old urine specimen. And now you might be thinking, oh, all of this, they are all non-pathological and almost everybody is alkaline. And yes, your feeling is valid. In the ASCP exam, the primary metabolic pathological crystals, they are all in the neutral to acidic environment, which is great because now you can simplify your memorization in your exam and you can get your points easier, right? So now let's talk about what are these pathological ones you need to pay attention to. First, cystine. This is the one also have a hexagon shape, and it's also colorless. The only way you can differentiate this one with uric acid is putting it under a polarized lens. The uric acid is polarizing. Lysine is non-polarized, and this lysine is pathological. Next one is cholesterol. This one is flat, stacked, notched corner, and this is the one the exam will tell you it's rectangular shaped. I would prefer to describe it as parallelogram, but if the textbook saying it's rectangular, go for rectangular for your exam. Also, this one is non-polarizing. Next one is triosine. The shape of it is like a bundle of needles. This one is described as the needle arranged in sheaves. If you're looking at the pine leaves, it's like the needle type that you will have one end being grabbed together and the other end are just sticking out needle shapes. That's the triosine is. When you see a real triosine crystals, every single needle of it that's sticking out, they will have very clear shape. They will never looks like they are sticking together or melting together. You will absolutely see every single needle is by itself sticking out. They will never looks like they are fused into a huge bundle, looks like a furry ball. So why I mention that? Because when you're thinking about the liver filling, the other crystal, it's called bilirubin. It also looks like a needle bundle, except it will be yellow. And this needle bundle is kind of looks like more of like a furry ball. It's not as perfectly arranged like triosine, but they can be similar. They can be very similar, but this bilirubin, it will have color and the needle shape of it will not be as clear as triosine. Triosine will be absolutely looks like steel needle that being arranged together. And finally, we're getting to the last pathological crystals. And this one is important. You will definitely get this question in your exam because this is the one could make a newborn in danger and you can see them in the real life. and the urine would be such a unique appearance. It's called the maple syrup. If the newborn is described as having maple syrup-like urine, then you are going for the losing crystal. Once you see this, there is no doubt it's pathological and it's dangerous. It is dark yellow brownish under the microscope, and the crystals is having concentric rings. There's no other crystals similar to it. It is very unique. If I have to describe this with something you can see in your day-to-day life, it would be if you see a cross-section of a wood stick. I mean, a whole round wood stick. If you just cut it, it will be looks like that cross section. So that's the pathological urine crystals for your exam. And if you can't remember anything from today, just keep this in mind when you are in your exam. And if it's asking you if something is pathological or not, your ASCP exam is having your all primary metabolic pathological crystals to be under neutral or acidic environment. Only the calcium oxalate and uric acid are non-pathological. That would at least give you a couple of questions correct if you have to make a guess. All right, thank you for watching. This is Library Sherry. I'll see you in the next episode.